tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. What an amazing season it's been for the Browns so far. Still perfect with the end of the regular season nearly here. Can they remain undefeated all the way into the playoffs? It's the Browns going up against the Texans. With that, let's hand things over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 14 matchup.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's complete to Fuller. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Back to throw now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
We're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the D looking like they may blitz. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll try and throw for it here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Over. Let's go. Detroit.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw on film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they take advantage of it and work down it hard in practice this week.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play action pass and completing it.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they went big on first down, proves unfruitful. He was looking for Dorial Green Beckham, and that'll bring up second down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Play fake to Johnson. Now Kessler.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Tackle made that time by Kevin Johnson. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Whitney Merciless is rapidly becoming one of the top outside linebackers in the game. As well he should. With that name, he's got to be great.
He's going to rifle, and he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They come out here in the eye. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it. Decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision. I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put the game.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
They come out here in the eye. And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd and goal. They still need 8 yards to find the end zone. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So now it's Andrew Franks on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Frank's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now out comes Houston. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Miller, the lone setback. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big-bodied receiver with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And his kick is good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
No, Jack Patrick, Detroit!
Brief break in the action here. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Gone! Now let's go! 3-19!
They'll set up a throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The catch made by Miller. 22 yards on the pickup there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one is incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a general rule, receivers love the comeback route because it puts them right in the sight lines of the guy throwing the ball. But in this case, the defender saw it and were able to knock it away.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Back to throw again. He's got time in the pocket. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will close the gap down to 14. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Jeez, they don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, 3rd quarter, let's get to it. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. He had been held in check. Now he breaks that big run. Shows the explosiveness we all knew was there.
All right, tell the truth now. You knew it was just a matter of time, didn't you? We've seen this so many times from him. Hold him down, and then breaks out.
From the 2-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him. I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Caught left side, Hopkins. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Now back to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it'll give the Texans a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Browns are going to have a first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first down, Kessler. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Now Franks for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? But they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The big fella. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Their big tight end, 79 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big-bodied receiver, 89 yards. And the Browns are pouring it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Christian Kirksey in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's third down. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
3 down, 3 down. Hurry up, here we go. Over. Detroit.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Surveying the field. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. First and goal here from the 9. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Kessler, flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns continue to roll. And he's got it up and through. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2. Step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now Miller will take the direct snap. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd down, here's Miller. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and it's 2nd down.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Lamar Miller. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Back to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
All right, here we go. All right, now look at 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read and a It's picked off, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. After the interception, here's Kessler. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. 50 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. DeForest Buckner in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
What's left? Detroit!
They'll come out in the pistol.
All right, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. An unbelievable play there on 4th and long. 82 yards.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. And quickly, they get to the line. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time. trying to improvise. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Kessler now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
On third and long, it's Kessler finding time. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. The Browns are going for it. Kessler, he's got time in the pocket. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. An unbelievable play there on fourth and long. 63 yards. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. So they're not running it. Kessler wants to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Kessler throwing now. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on fourth and goal. Oh, look at this play call. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
Here we go now. 3-19.
This call down near the goal line. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because...
You're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
3 down, 3 down. Watch him now, Barney. Now let's go. Green. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit. Gun.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught at the 3. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are in. And a loose football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped in incomplete.